Laptop at work lately, not bringing it home with me because it just makes the backpack really heavy, and I have not really been doing anything when I get home, so why bother? Here we go. A summary. Is a group of sentences that tells the most important part of the story. Front, turn to the back. Teach each other. Teach.
Okay, teach.
Is a group of sentences that tells the most important parts of the story.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83.
All right, so our answer is
83.
Go ahead and write it down. Okay, are we ready? Point to 67, count up till you get to a number that ends with 0. Go.
68, 69, 70.
Oh, it's so sad that not all of us were participating. We'll try that, my friend, once more. Start at 67, count up until we get to a number that ends with 0. Everybody, go.
68, 69, 70.
70.
What?
Back up so he can see the 100 chart. Okay, students just got dropped off in the cafeteria. I'm gonna have my lunch. Yesterday we had a pot roast with potatoes and carrots and yellow rice. Today for math, we were doing breaking apart numbers to add, but kind of a different way. Like it's like using compensation and also breaking apart numbers to add. And there's just a lot of requisite skills that are needed that are still really tricky for some of my students. And so I introduced the lesson yesterday. We didn't do well, so I said, okay, back to the drawing board. Let's do it again today. We were all sitting at the carpet using scrap paper, and I said, let's do math with markers today. And I'm like walking them through the problems. We did a couple together. I just got the problems from like their homework sheet that's going home tonight. Or we did a few together. And no, I modeled one for them. And then we did 2 together. And then I had them do 1 on their own. And I thought things were going really well. And then they got on their own. And I was like, okay, progress that I thought we're making, maybe we're not. And so it's making me wonder if I should just have them, like on the test, it asks them to use specific strategies sometimes, like it'll say break apart numbers to add or use an open number line. And it's making me wonder if I should just like not pay attention to that and let them use just any strategy, even though it says to use a particular strategy. If that's like the case for you, and we use Envisions for math, if that's the case, let me know what you do. Because there are some where it says like use any strategy you want, but then like I've been grading it, if it says break apart numbers to add and you are not able to break apart numbers to add, then you don't get the full credit. Or like if you get the answer but you didn't break apart numbers to add, then you don't get the full credit. I'm thinking that the way this is just like taking us so long, that maybe we just find the easiest strategies and run with those. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so we're at the end of the day now. Students are gone home. It's the weekend, and the goal is to be out of here by 4:30. And so something that I've been making sure that I do by the end of the day every day is to send out the homework assignment to parents on class tag. Sometimes I would forget to send it out. Students do write the homework down in their planner, the assignment in their planner, but then sometimes there's students who, even though every day I'm like, okay, take out your planner, write down the homework, doesn't get done. And so parents still need to know what the homework is. So I send it out every day on class tag, and or I was trying to send it out every day. Most days I would send it, but then sometimes like I would just forget. So here's what I came up with. So I just used scrap paper. Here's the scrap paper from, you can see like there's stuff on the back of it. I started last week and I just put the days of the week and I write down the time that I send it out. Class tag has an option where you can send something later, like you can, you know, type up the announcement or whatever. And then just set the time that you want it to go out. So the ones that say SL is when I typed it up earlier in the day and just sent it out later. So that's what I did the last few days. And so now I have 2 straight weeks of making sure that it goes home every day. And so this is something that I'll just do from now on to make sure that it always gets out. Students took a science test today, and let's take a look at what question was very interesting. So it was about energy. Here's the question. Miss White's second grade students are in music class. Students are most likely using electric energy when they do which of these? And then here are the choices. Obviously the answer is play the stereo. I had a student very politely raise his hand and say, Miss Brown, what's a stereo? And so I had to find one and show him. And I actually have one. Somebody gave it to me a few years ago. They're like, could you use this? And I was thinking, probably not, but I just took it anyway. And I honestly, like in 3 or 4 years, have not used it, but it came in quite handy today. So it was underneath this black table. I had to dig it out, and here it is, the stereo. Students were able to see what a stereo is. So that was kind of interesting to me. I'm like, oh, so I really am the age that I am. The kids nowadays don't know what a stereo is. So here's what I need to do. I need to grade the reading test, grade the social studies work, grade the science test. I started doing that during dismissal. And now something we have to do is send a weekly email to parents every Friday. In our faculty meeting on Wednesday, they said that's something that we have to start doing now. So we have a template for it, and I think it's going to be really easy because I'm pretty much just going to use the information that's on my newsletter. This is a template that I created for my newsletter. Yeah, so pretty much like taking the information off of here and putting it in a email for parents. So the goal is to over communicate to parents what's going on in the classroom so they feel very in the loop and very informed and like they know what's going on. And so that's why we are now also doing the weekly email, which I know a lot of people already do a weekly email anyway. So here it is. Dear wonderful second grade family, just want to keep you informed on the things going on in the classroom and upcoming events. Last week in ELA, we worked on this. In math, we worked on this. We'll continue working on this, continue working on that. And then these are the tests and quizzes that we'll have this week. Make sure that your child is prepared. And it basically is the same thing that's on here. I have the learning focus for reading and writing, for math, and then the upcoming tests and quizzes. So like the newsletter goes home, my homework packet goes home every Friday. This newsletter is always stapled to the front of the homework packet, so just makes it really, really easy. All right, guys, so that is it. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.